As the westernmost U.S. territory in the Indo-Pacific, Guam plays a vital role in American military strategy. Its location, closer to Beijing than Hawaii, makes it a critical asset amid rising tensions in the South China Sea, Taiwan Strait, and Korean Peninsula. At the same time, this military presence raises debates about Washington's influence on Guam's economy, governance, and environment. Guam, often called the tip of the spear in the U.S. military strategy, provides a forward base for operations in the Pacific. Its proximity to China, Japan, the Philippines, and North Korea makes it a linchpin of U.S. power in the region. Historically, it has been central to American military efforts, serving as a base for operations during World War II. More recently, increasing tensions with China have heightened its strategic significance. The 2022 National Defense Strategy emphasizes Guam's role in U.S. deterrence, as the island hosts a U.S. Air Force base, a naval base, long-range bombers, and nuclear-armed submarines. Guam's geography makes it indispensable. At 30 miles long and 10 miles wide, it is the largest of the Mariana Islands, situated at the crucial crossroads in the Pacific. It is the only island between Hawaii and Asia, with both a protected harbor and sufficient land for major airports. This positioning grants access to key regions, including China, Japan, and Southeast Asia. Historically, strategic island bases such as Hawaii, Gibraltar, Malta, and Singapore have played similar roles in global military strategy. The Spanish first recognized Guam's importance in 1521 when Ferdinand Magellan landed there. It later became a vital stop for Spanish galleons traveling between Mexico and Manila for trade with China. Jesuit missionaries converted the native Chamorro people to Catholicism in the 17th century, and Spain stationed troops on the island to protect its interests. After the Spanish-American War in 1898, the U.S. took control of Guam to maintain a trans-Pacific communication line, along with Hawaii, Midway, and Wake. Germany later purchased the Northern Mariana Islands from Spain, marking the beginning of geopolitical rivalries over Micronesia. Japan's expansion in the Pacific during World War I put Guam at risk. By 1941, the island was poorly fortified, making it an easy target for Japanese occupation. After its recapture by the U.S. in 1944, Guam became a launch pad for air assaults on Japan, ultimately leading to the atomic bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. After the war, Guam remained central to U.S. military strategy, serving as a nuclear deterrent site and as a key logistic hub for military operations in Korea, Vietnam, and the Middle East. Military spending is a significant contributor to Guam's economy, amounting to $2.5 billion in 2022, about 40% of its GDP. Many skilled labor jobs in military construction projects go to foreign workers, predominantly from the Philippines, Thailand, Turkey, and South Korea. By 2024, the number of foreign workers reached a record of 5,500 due to several large-scale military projects, including an upgraded missile defense system. Despite this investment, roughly 17% of households in Guam still live below the poverty line. Furthermore, military base expansions have harmed Guam's ecology, endangering local species. Conservation groups and indigenous Chamorro activists have sued the U.S. military for failing to comply with environmental policies. Guam is at the center of U.S. defense planning. In 2013, before China had missiles capable of reaching the island, the U.S. deployed a Terminal High Altitude Area Defense, also known as THAAD system, to counter ballistic missile threats. While military preparations stalled during Donald Trump's presidency, the Biden administration has significantly ramped up defense efforts. This includes over $100 million for civilian infrastructure projects and a $10 billion initiative to bolster missile defense systems over the next decade. In December 2023, the Missile Defense Agency successfully tested a new missile interception system. The Department of Defense has allocated $7.3 billion for military construction in Guam over 5 years, including $1.7 billion for an integrated missile defense system. Additionally, the Pacific Deterrence Initiative has secured further funding for Guam's defense enhancements. A key reason for the buildup is the planned relocation of 4,000 Marines from Okinawa to Guam, following an agreement between the US and Japan to reduce the American military footprint in Okinawa. This move aligns with broader efforts to strengthen US presence in the Pacific while addressing local opposition to military bases in Japan. Guam's proximity to China and North Korea makes it a vital logistics hub in a potential conflict over Taiwan. However, this also increases its risk of attack. Analysts argue that the island is still underprepared for defending military installations or evacuating civilians in a crisis. Experts warn that Guam remains vulnerable to large-scale missile attacks. The Air Force has introduced a strategy called Agile Combat Employment, designed to disperse U.S. aircrafts across multiple locations in the Western Pacific to reduce vulnerability. As part of this plan, military engineers are restoring airfields on Tinian Island, Yap, and Peleliu, sites of previous American conflicts in the Pacific. Despite these efforts, critics question whether the Air Force can effectively maintain and supply its aircraft over such a vast area. The future of Guam's military expansion also depends on shifting U.S. political dynamics, particularly as budget decisions fluctuate under different administrations. Guam is an essential component of U.S. military strategy in the Indo-Pacific, serving as a forward base for power projection. Its historical significance, geographic advantages, and military infrastructure makes it a key access in countering threats from China and North Korea. However, the island's increasing militarization has raised economic, environmental, and security concerns. While U.S. defense investments in Guam are expanding and geopolitical tensions rising, the island remains vulnerable to potential conflicts. Guam's status as a military stronghold ensures its importance in American foreign policy, but its challenges, including military expansion, local opposition, and environmental degradation, continue to shape the debate over its future.